The Smile Within, a journey through pregnancy and self-care. Emma had always taken pride in her smile. It wasn't just about having straight teeth or a pleasant expression, it was the way she carried herself, the warmth she shared with the world. But ever since the 2 pink lines appeared on that test strip, her life had shifted into a completely new rhythm: excitement, fear, overwhelm, joy. She was going to be a mother. As the weeks passed and her belly began to round, Emma found herself diving into a sea of advice books, blogs, podcasts, videos from well-meaning influencers. Eat this, avoid that, sleep on your left side, don't lift anything heavier than a watermelon. Every day brought a new rule, but amid the noise, something small and seemingly trivial kept popping up. Pay attention to oral hygiene. At first it seemed like an afterthought, with morning sickness, strange cravings, back pain, and emotional roller coasters. Who had the time to obsess over brushing and flossing? But during a routine prenatal appointment, her doctor looked at her chart and asked, "Have you been to the dentist recently?" Emma raised an eyebrow. No, not since maybe 8 months ago. Try to go soon," the doctor replied gently. Pregnancy can increase the risk of gingivitis. Brush your teeth regularly and visit your dentist. It's more important than most people realize. That night, Emma lay in bed, hand resting on her growing belly. Her partner, Luke, was already snoring softly beside her. She pulled out her phone and started reading about it. Hormonal changes during pregnancy increase blood flow to the gums, making them more sensitive, irritable, and prone to inflammation. Neglecting her oral health could not only lead to gum disease, but could also potentially affect her baby's health. Suddenly, this small thing didn't seem so small anymore. The next morning, Emma stood at the bathroom mirror, toothbrush in hand. But this time, brushing wasn't a routine, it was an act of care, a small ritual of devotion. She took her time, making sure to floss properly, even gargled with warm salt water after, and she scheduled a dentist appointment that very afternoon. When she walked into the clinic later that week, the dental hygienist welcomed her with a kind smile. "Pregnant, huh? You're glowing," Emma chuckled. "Thanks, just trying to keep my teeth from revolting." During the checkup, the hygienist confirmed the early signs of pregnancy. Nothing severe, but definitely a warning. "It's great you came in now," she said. A lot of expecting moms forget this step. And swollen, bleeding gums aren't fun. As she sat in the reclining chair, a thought struck Emma. No one ever talks about this. In the grand symphony of prenatal advice, oral hygiene was a footnote, but caring for her mouth meant caring for her whole self. Her baby wasn't just growing in her womb. It was growing inside the entire ecosystem of her being, her choices, her habits, her state of mind. In the weeks that followed, Emma began transforming her daily routines into sacred rituals. Brushing her teeth became meditation. Preparing meals became offerings of nourishment. Walking became communion with the earth. She didn't just want to grow a child, she wanted to grow into a mother who was whole, present, and deeply rooted. At the local library, Emma found a dusty old journal tucked into a forgotten shelf. The cover read, "The Sacred Art of Self-Care in Motherhood." Inside were handwritten notes from a woman named Clara, who had been a midwife in the 1950s. The entries weren't just about prenatal care, they were reflections, poems, observations of life, pain, joy, and everything in between. One entry read, "A mother is not born in the delivery room. She is born in quiet moments of tenderness with herself, when she remembers that her breath matters, that her thoughts feed the womb, that her joy is the baby's first lullaby." Emma wept. It was then that she began writing her own journal. She called it The Smile Within, not because of vanity, but because she had learned that taking care of her smile was taking care of her heart. It was symbolic of so much more. Each morning, she wrote a line of gratitude and brushed her teeth as though preparing a sacred vessel. Each evening, she lit a candle in the bathroom, playing soft music as she cleaned her teeth with gentle hands and loving awareness. By the 3rd trimester, Emma had become a source of wisdom for her friends, many of whom were also planning to start families. Her friend Julia, newly pregnant and already overwhelmed, called her one night. "I feel like I'm drowning in do's and don'ts." Julia sighed. "I don't even know what's important anymore." Emma smiled, remembering how lost she had felt once too. "Start with the simple things," she said. "Breathe, rest, eat well." And this might sound strange, pay attention to oral hygiene. It's not just about teeth. It's about showing yourself that the little things matter. The baby arrived on a rainy afternoon in April. Emma named her daughter Clara, in honor of the midwife whose words had helped shape her journey. holding Clara in her arms. Emma knew that every small act of care had mattered, every whispered affirmation, every choice to love herself through the process. Weeks later, rocking her newborn in a quiet moment, Emma caught her reflection in the mirror. Tired eyes, messy hair, a milk-stained shirt, and a radiant smile. Not perfect, not polished, but alive. True. And behind that smile was a woman transformed. Postscript. A note to every mother-to-be: pregnancy is not just a biological event. It's a spiritual metamorphosis. And in the whirlwind of appointments, ultrasounds, and advice, it's easy to overlook the power of small, consistent care. Pregnancy can increase the risk of gingivitis. Brush your teeth regularly and visit your dentist. This is not just medical advice, it's a reminder, a gentle nudge to slow down, to honor your body, to make space for your own well-being in the midst of preparing for another life. Because your child's first home is not the nursery, it's you. And when you care for your smile, you remind yourself that you are worthy of care too. The smile within isn't about teeth, it's about presence, about love in the details, and about becoming the kind of mother whose light shines from the inside out, one brushstroke at a time.